Okay, guys, we are live. Welcome to Fortnite Friday. I'm Funcho from Project Lambo, CEO and founder. We've also, as always, got Iqbal Khan, our COO, and we are joined today with a very special guest, Tracy Chang, co-founder of MogaLand. It's a pleasure to have you on today, one of our partners, and we're looking forward to doing a deep dive into MogaLand. If you could just introduce yourself for us to everyone that's tuning in, and for everyone that is tuning in, if any of you want to leave any comments, any questions, please feel free throughout the course of the live stream, and we will bring those up and answer them for you. Tracy, pleasure to have you on today.
Hi, thanks so much. Hey, everyone from Project Lambo. Thanks, Funcho and Iqbal, for having us. I'm Tracy, one of the co-founders of MogaLand. MogaLand is actually a financial education game that we've been creating for roughly a year now. It's a mobile game. We would like to actually use game-based learning and use a very friendly and fun environment to make up for the gap of the fact that financial literacy is not very often introduced in school, which is kind of funny because everyone needs financial skills in life, right? So that's what we're working on. I have a background from banking and fintech, and I've worked many years actually focusing on how to utilize technology and different methods to improve user engagement, user experience in the financial services space. So I'm bringing that experience together with my team. A lot of them come from the gaming industry, really successful in designing and running games, developing games that brings a lot of joy to people's lives. So that's us, and we're super happy to be here.
Love it. Absolutely love it. And that's one of the major reasons that we are so excited about this partnership, because we're so pro education. We believe it's a massive, massive part of the future adoption for Web3. And I'm really looking forward to looking into the MogaLand game, which, by the way, has been getting a lot of downloads. So could you talk to us a little bit more about that? And we'll also share on screen so that people can see this fantastic game you've been working on.
Yeah, absolutely. So actually, you guys are now looking at the actual mobile app inside my phone. So that's why it's shaped like an iOS screen. So the game is mobile. It's live on both iOS and Android app stores. We have actually just started our alpha season 1 go-to-market campaign at the very end of October, and our team's been doing an amazing job. And big thanks to all the community members and early supporters, because as of end of last week, I believe we have close to 60,000 downloads, which is really amazing, and especially like this day and time. And we've achieved like a really amazing CPI of, as of this week, I think our best performance is about 70 cents per install. And that's just, I don't know what to say, like even if you compare that with hyper casual gaming industry, we're doing super well. So we're just really happy about that, because the concept resonates so well, right, with people around the world. And as you pointed out earlier, because education is so important, and actually people are very proactively seeking ways to improve themselves and looking for, let's say, more interesting, more engaging ways, right, to integrate into their like e-learning experience. That's what we're doing. As you can see here, Pancho, go for it.
No, I was just saying fantastic. I think it's brilliant what you guys have managed to achieve already. I mean, 60,000 downloads. I think the game looks really slick as well. I love that kind of cartoonified aspect to it. And obviously, anyone that's already watching would have noticed that big Bitcoin, the Singapore festival. Yeah. Like, I can't wait for you to go into sort of explain a little bit more about what the journey looks like from the beginning when you start playing this game. So I'd love for you to do that for us.
Yeah, absolutely. So as you can see, as you start the journey, there's a character that is basically you're playing the player character, right? And actually you are arriving at MogaLand, which is, I would say, a slightly bare looking island on purpose, right? It's so empty because the story is that once upon a time, the occupants of this island, they have reached the peak of their financial success, but they have turned to become greedy and become very selfish, and through fierce competition and the falling apart of a kind of communal and social aspect of the environment, they destroyed this island. They robbed themselves there, basically. So the goal for the player is actually to enter this financial space and use two things. One is your effort to learn and rebuild financial literacy. Another is actually the community, right? Exchanging and sharing and helping each other to then rebuild MogaLand. Right? So that's the story behind. And through like playing different mini games, this is how players can actually collect different gears and assets, to use these gears and assets to gear up and to enhance their abilities, their stats, so that they can start rebuilding, and then they can tackle different challenges. In the future, we're also going to be introducing pets, for example, that would help the player further gear up. And we're going to have enemy attacks and other type of challenges that players will need to be ready for. So this is an example of like one of the mini games, which is actually turning, I would say, more of a traditional quiz game format into something more gamified. So you see, like, there's a lot of different categories. We even do partnerships with influencers or journalists or even financial education providers to create categories of knowledge that you can play to learn. So if we tap into one of those, for example, the crypto and blockchain category, that of course I hope our audience here will be very familiar with. Basically, you're using That's every time I play, especially every time I play in these stream sessions, I'm always really scared of answering something wrong, because it just goes to show, right? Like, even if you're in the business, you don't always have all the knowledge, right? You still need to learn and improve.
We're all learning all the time.
Yeah. So yeah, as your challenge here as a player is you need to use your knowledge to actually battle different enemies of different strengths and eventually overcome, so that you can get to the treasure chest, right? And as a reward of the treasure chest, you would either win in-game currencies, or you would win different gears that you can use to gear up your character. And these things are super fun, because this one is like, this is actually a selfie stick, for example. We have different collections of outfit that you can use to customize your character. And as you can see, each of the gears also have different stats, right? That helps you improve the abilities. And here's where you can see like all your stats. Based on the different stats, you would then go back to experience the mini games differently, right? Because you have different strengths. So you can start to like tackle the enemies or perform in different ways. So yeah, we have 3 mini games right now. That one was a quiz game. And then we have a very different format, which is actually based on using live financial market data to form tournaments. So it's about learning different, for example, stocks or ETFs even in the market, right? How these companies contribute to different industry aspects, learning about them, and then understanding like how the price is developing in a certain time frame, right? And then based on your analysis and your prediction, you could then again win different in-game assets. And all of these are like real world assets with real pricing coming from the exchanges. So this is another game. And here is where we even do like partnerships with other games or even financial education providers, because they can use this tournament to introduce different themes that they want to educate their audience about. And they can even, sponsor prizes, right? So for the players to get additional reward for their effort. And the last one, this one is like super wacky. So I keep getting warning because I don't have enough slots to collect gears anymore. So I need to buy more slots. But if I ignore this warning, so this is a game which is a really crazy idea that we turn the live prices of a financial instrument into waves that the character would then ride on. So you're riding your jet ski on the actual price wave of a financial instrument, right? So this is the alpha version. In the future, some really wacky stuff is going to come. So when you ride along the price wave, you'll be able to see different events that's taken place during this price movement. So you start to form a connection like, oh, for example, interest rate announcement was made. That's why price was like going down or going up, or like, let's say, forecast meets actual results announcement was better or worse. That's why price is going up and down. So this is, how we envision this mini game. I'm not going to write it now because I'll get totally stuck into it and I won't be able to speak to you guys anymore.
Yeah, it's not easy to play and talk at the same time, I must admit. But one of the biggest things for me with MogaLand is like anyone that's tuning in and watching, this is how you gamify education. It's so smart what you guys have done. And it's an easy bite-sized way without feeling overwhelmed to start to understand how these things work. And that's one of the major reasons that I was like, I definitely want to talk to you guys, work out how we can work together. And I'm so happy that we've got this partnership together as well. What I would like you to talk a little bit more about is the in-game economy and sort of the tokenomics as well, just so people have got more of an understanding on that. That would be great.
Yeah, absolutely. So I'm just gonna stop screen for a bit. Oh no, actually, let me start here. So actually the in-game economy is very much like it's a part of the game, right? So what you will see as a user in game is when you enter, so it's a free to play mobile game, right? When you enter, you don't have to upfront worry about whether you need to connect wallet, whether you need to purchase a token or NFT in order to play. You just automatically start and you'll be guided to try out the different mini game, and all of a sudden you're collecting gears and you're upgrading your stats. So that's like the base part, like the entry level of the in-game economy. Where we're going to zoom the game more and more toward the focus would be actually, if you see at the bottom right below the character, there's a little paw. So that's where we're introducing the pets, and that's actually the first series of MogaLand's NFT. And with the pets, there comes like an additional layer of economy, right? Because it's not only about you yourself anymore. It's about something that you need to take care of, you need to nurture, right? And then you can actually start to invest your additional effort and your, let's say, saving, spending, as well as investment, right, around your pet. So that's an additional layer. And since the pet would be an NFT, this is the connection to the tokenized economy part. And not every user has to go there, right? It's only like when you're ready. So in the first step, your pet would join you as a part of the game. And only when you level up to a certain degree and when you feel ready, you can then mint that pet to become an NFT, right? So that's one additional layer of the game economy. And we will also be introducing a Moga token. And the token is actually in the status of being ready for private sale. And the main purpose of this token is actually to incentivize the creation of financial literacy. Okay? So we have designed different mechanism and economy design so that when the entire community of MogaLand reach certain level of financial literacy creation, we will be unlocking portions of this token to be made available as reward for the community. And everyone who is a part of this community can then participate in tournaments or different kind of activities to claim this token, right? So actually, if you think about it, the more creation of financial literacy there is, the more token is being made available as a reward to the users. And of course, we will also be simultaneously offsetting the supply by burning and reallocating actual revenues into the tokenomics, so that by increasing your financial literacy as a user, you are making reward available to yourself, but you're also pushing up the value of this reward simultaneously. So that's
very clever.
Yeah.
Very clever.
There.
Love that. So in terms of kind of alpha, okay, what's coming next for MogaLand? You know, is there what big news is around the corner? And also talk a little bit about your roadmap for us as well.
Yeah, absolutely. So we have just wrapped up our first community clash where we did several partnerships with different platforms and games. So all our winners are actually right now in the process of receiving their rewards. This includes rewards from partner economies as well as our first collection NFTs. We have already starting our design for upgrades to the NFTs, what kind of like additional game utility they're going to have, but also external reward utilities. And yeah, we have, I would say, some cunning plans to make the NFTs super cool. So I'm like super excited about it, but we're not quite ready to reveal what it is just yet. But yeah, anyone who would the opportunity to win these NFTs and be a part of this journey, please look out for our social media announcements because we will be having additional community clashes, right? So we just did the first one. It's super great. We're collecting feedback and inputs from all the people who participated, and we want to make it even more fun and more interesting for the next round of participants. And yeah, even if you participated before, you can still join the next and do them again and again so that we can start, warming up the community. In parallel to this, the team is actually finalizing their vision for the second version, like the upgrade of our game. So we're taking MogaLand as is, and we're really going up to a next level now. We're going to make it more fun, not just visually. So we're going to be doing big things on visual changes, but we're also going to tighten the economy to make it more intense, to make it more active. So these are the things we're working on across the rest of this year.
Brilliant.
And so people can expect more community engagement. People can expect NFT airdrops, and we will have some launches of different series of NFTs. We're going to be introducing the token for a private sale very soon. And just more game, more content to come.
I love it. I just think the concept is so clever, and the fact that you've brought real life, live financial, instruments, and you're able to gamify that, and the learning aspect is so important. I think one thing that a lot of people that are in this industry are constantly trying to push is the importance of education, because this, as great as this technology is, you've got to understand what you're doing. You can trip up so easily. And I think as a way for people to casually play and learn and earn, it's fantastic. And yeah, the other thing that I wanted to ask as well, and I thought it was best coming from you, Tracy, is obviously we've discussed with our partnership that kind of how Project Lambo can come into the MogaLand ecosystem, how obviously MogaLand we're going to bring into the Project Lambo ecosystem. So if you can just explain sort of what your thought process is on how we're blending together and how we're going to bring additional educational resources forward, that would be fantastic as well.
Yeah, so this is another thing, like I fully agree with what you're saying earlier, right? So there is so much this technology is enabling, right? It's bringing basically a, let's say, next level reward feature, right? For anyone who wants to invest their effort in getting good at something. And, for us, like, what better use case than education, right? If you're going to get better at a skill or knowledge, or even just to like improve yourself, right? To be rewarded for that is, just absolutely mind blowing. And what we want to do in this journey is not just to let people have the opportunity to improve themselves and earn from the MogaLand environment, but it's very important in finance to actually connect theoretical knowledge with real use cases, right? So
100%.
like once you know how banking works, once you know how investment works, the next step is to do something about it, right? So what we want to do is actually bring other projects that is either sharing the same vision and mission, as well as projects that we believe is a great tool for our users to take their effort to the next level, and actually include them in the MogaLand economy, right? So as you can see right now, anyone who's downloaded the game, you will see actually our partners' presence inside the game. Right, so you can check out who they are, what are their offerings, what are the available activities on their platform. So not only can you learn about, for example, how to create a wallet, why is Web3 benefiting for me, you can actually try them out, right? Another thing is what we made available is not just showcasing our partners, but we even have tools where partners can create their own quiz game category. So it'd be really amazing, for example, if Project Lambo has a quiz game category that someone can play in order to get gears to level up. But through this playing process, they learn more about what's available at Project Lambo, what are the features, what's the tokenomics, why is it differentiating, what are the USPs, right? Why is this project an important aspect of their financial education as well as their reward part of their life, right? So that's something you can do. And I mentioned earlier the possibility to organize tournaments as a collaboration format. For us, it's not just like a Gleam or some kind of social media tournament, but it's built in as a part of the game, right? So both community members and players can tap into that. So yeah, these are the type of things we hope we can do more with you guys. And since you guys are coming from a background with the gaming DNA, we're basically even more excited about doing it with you than someone coming maybe from more of a traditional sector.
Yeah, and I mean, we're really excited to work with you. I think you've done an absolutely fantastic job. I think it looks great, it feels great. The educational aspect is brilliant. And I think with the right rewards from the right partners, as well as the rewards that you guys are offering, people are going to be very incentivized to want to learn more. And that, how can that be a bad thing? To learn more about how to protect what you have and what you're planning to potentially do as you move forward within your financial literacy. And I think, you know, you and I have spoken sort of off stream about this in detail. And I think it's such an important thing that not only adults understand, but you know, the children, these are the future. What kind of world we're trying to build here. They need to understand this. And a lot of this is not taught in schools. So, you know, making this kind of educational information available in a way that they are going to be able to interact with and connect with because of their gaming DNA as children, it's so important, you know, and I'm really excited to see where it can go. But I'm just thinking in terms of kind of your exposure globally. Okay, obviously you guys have got over 60,000 downloads already. Are you guys going to different events, and you know what's coming up from that respect?
Yeah, so first of all, we are at the moment, we just had a look the other day, there are somebody using our game across 168 countries, which is really amazing. I've got people writing to me in all kinds of languages on Telegram, and I'm like, I'm so sorry. Like,
thank God for AI.
Yeah, exactly. I'm talking to them
Google Translate.
Exactly, with the help of ChatGPT and Google Translate. But it's just so heartwarming because they're asking questions like asking about, can we add this category of quiz? What does this mean? Like, do we need help translating the whole game into a different language? They could help us. And first of all, that's just, yeah, it's really amazing. Of course, then we need to think about, you know, if we're going to have some kind of actual presence, how do we prioritize that? As a start, we're based in Europe. So actually the next event that we're going to is Finovate Europe, which is in London. We've actually been selected so we won a scholarship basically, and we've been selected to demo at this event in front of hundreds of financial service and fintech providers, right? Which I think is really, really cool because we go to Web3 events all the time, right? So, and we go to, you know, Web Summit, we go to different kind of Web3 and blockchain events, but there you're kind of like preaching to the converted already, right? Because those people, like, they know the power, they're excited. What is really different about this Finovate event coming up is that we are speaking now to what we call the broader Web2 audience, right? And this is where we think also the whole concept really differentiates, is that it is not an exclusive concept for Web3, let's say, users only, right? We want it really to be like a gateway to bring people from wherever they are on their fintech journey closer and closer to learning about the Web3 space, because actually they will be able to play as a normal mobile gamer and they will be able to educate themselves. And the Web3 reward is an incentive, right, to help them get over that hump. So yeah, like the next event exposure for us is end of February in London at Finovate Europe. And we're looking at a bunch of other events as well across the European landscape at the moment. So it's very likely we're also going to be at MBX in Poland in May. Those are the few things on the roadmap, but give us suggestions where we should be and we'll try to make it there.
100%. Yeah, I mean, I'd love to come and meet in person actually in London, because it's not too far away from where I'm situated currently. So that would be great. And we are looking at NFT Paris as well. So I think that's going to be a pretty hot one. Looking forward to going to that. And obviously that's not too far away for you either. That could be potentially something of interest. But Iqbal, we can see you again. He's back. Did you have any questions?
Yeah, I did. I actually wanted to ask, with MogaLand, what is the sort of age demographic that is appealed towards as well?
Yeah, so we've actually so when we did our design, we are actually designing for young adults. So the target demographic are the younger side of millennials and the older side of Gen Z. And the reason for that is because, for really small children, we believe you need a very different kind of game mechanic, right? Like if you want to create like a game for children, you have to consider like early childhood learning and all these behavioral mechanisms. And that's obviously, well, first of all, that's not our expertise. And we wanted to actually focus on a target audience group who's active in utilizing financial services. Right?
Yeah, makes
so
sense.
That we can help them make that connection between theory and usage and hopefully lower mistakes or being frauded or whatever, right? So yeah, we're looking at young adults, and we have actually come from like also design thinking that we wanted to have a game that can reach out to as many people as possible. So that's why the whole gaming environment is really casual, right? It's not too specific. It's not a mechanic that is only targeting a very close group of gamers, but rather we have these very casual and easy to pick up game mechanics that can address a broad audience base. So these are like mechanics like matching or quiz, for example, or puzzles or platform games, right? These formats are like, I would say, all-time favorites, right? For people all across the world. There's no culture gaps or anything. No.
Makes a lot of sense. Perfect. So I think we're closing towards that time where we actually start playing Fortnite, see how the MogaLand team fares on the leaderboard. Tracy, you did a fantastic job of explaining the project. It's great to see. I'm looking forward to where we can build our partnership in the future. And just briefly before we jump into the Fortnite Friday session, just wanted to give you guys a reminder as well that Project Lambo Rise of Shitopia is now live on Google Play, and you can come via our Discord to join and start playing it. Let us know what you think and have fun. We're also running a quest at the moment on ZD as well. So if you want to get your teeth into that, you are more than welcome. And we have got a very big quest coming up in the near future for our token launch, which we're bringing as many of our partners into as possible to give you guys a mega opportunity. So Tracy, we'll be talking later to see if there's anything you can do. But yeah, for sure. But honestly, MogaLand, guys, you've got to check it out. It is so much more than a game, and it is so clever what they've come up with. And Tracy is a wealth of knowledge with a fantastic experience in that financial industry sector. So you guys, once you interact with it, it'd be like, oh my god, that's so cool. That I did. It's just
I actually really like how it's structured with the learning aspect of it. Like when you're displaying the ETF, like for example, that's something that if someone goes out, you're just you're bombarded with loads of text, etc. Whereas this makes it more actionable and they can play around with it. And I think it's just so much of a better way to learn this sort of stuff. Trying to explain ETF
It
to
is.
the general person, I'm sure Funcho even knows it's not the easiest thing to do.
Yeah, I think we all know it. You know, you've got those people that are willing to listen. Then you've got the people that are die hard already in this, which is us. And then you've got the people that, you know, you're spending
Exactly.
an hour and just thinking, I'm smacking my head against a brick wall. Something like this is a great way to be able to introduce people without them feeling like they're overwhelmed with too much information and not knowing where to go. And look, I can tell you as well, the information that is shared is so on point. It's brilliant, and it's just communicated in such a simple and effective manner. So definitely go and check out MogaLand. Download, get that 60,000 up to 120,000, guys. That's what we want to see. Exactly. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to change the screen. Now, Tracy, who is it that I should be bringing up here for the Fortnite gameplay? Is it Lena?
Yeah, so we got two colleagues joining, Lena and Max. They would be
perfect.
They'd be gaming with you guys because the three of us did some self-qualification this morning, and yeah, I'm not good representation for us in Fortnite. I did try very hard, and I was always caught in the storm. So yeah.
Oh, okay.
Well,
Yeah.
Max and Lena are gonna represent us.
Definitely. Well, it's a bit of fun, and I think it's the perfect way to showcase to people with such a popular game in Web 2 that has so many in-game assets. But then we get to talk about how the Web3 technology could massively enhance that. And obviously, Tracy, it gives you an opportunity to continue talking about these aspects as well, while we concentrate on trying to kill 13-year-olds on Fortnite, which should be a lot of fun. Right, so
make sure you don't get killed by 13-year-olds.
Well, yeah, that's more likely what's going to happen, to be honest. So I'm just going to share my screen now. I'll just open up Fortnite. But while I'm just doing that, Iqbal, if you've got any other questions for Tracy while I get this set up, and then we will get going.
Yeah, sure. So in terms of just the MogaLand game in general, in terms of updates for the experience of the game, have you got upcoming throughout this roadmap this year as well in terms of game enhancements, etc.?
Yeah, so we're going to be actually introducing some new features, and also I was like what I say, like tightening of the economy. So there's gonna be more focus on introducing the NFT and what actually as a user can benefit from and also interact with the NFT with, right? So we don't want to have NFTs that are just actually, you know, assets in the game that you would buy and dress, but it should be interactive, it should be playable, and it should be like a very embedded part of your journey of financial literacy. So those are the things we're going to be delivering across the year. And yeah, also more community activities and engagement. So it shouldn't just be someone, you know, sitting with their mobile, being all on their own, but we want people to get into Discord, to share their experience, to share their financial knowledge or observation, to be a part, right, of this community. Yeah,
for sure. I think we've got someone ask yourself is when is iOS app going live as well?
I think maybe it's for you guys, because our iOS app is live. So we are live on both Apple and Google. But I think earlier you guys said you guys are live.
Okay, yeah. About 2 weeks. Fingers crossed, as long as the Apple Developer Program is playing ball. But yeah, about 2 weeks we're expecting it to be out on iOS. So
that's amazing, Tracy. And then another thing for yourself is, for example, the learning side of the game. With the community, are they able to have suggestions for yourself with what they'd like with the game, etc.?
Absolutely, and that's what we really, really would love to do. Is we'd love to have as an input. So we've already shared like some communication with all the people who joined the first community clash, and we would love it when people just like reach out to us on Discord or even Telegram and just tell us like, you know, what they would like to learn more about. what challenges do they face, for example, in their everyday life finance, so that we can actually create content to solve those problems for them. Okay. So we're continuously adding more content and more information to the game. So there's always more events to play with. And actually, for anyone, right, who is engaging with us, our early community members, anybody who actually contributes and wants to be a part of this journey, they will have tons of opportunity to get exclusive rewards and be qualified for airdrops, right? So we really wanted to make it like a mutually beneficial experience for everyone.
Sure. Okay. Pancho, I don't know if you remember or you ever. I don't know if this was your sort of period, maybe your children period. Do you remember BBC Bite Size Games?
Of course, yeah. But that was my eldest, who's now 20. Yeah. But yeah,
exactly.
He was doing that. Yeah. I'm older than I look, guys. 42. Yes, I moisturize.
I can't believe you just said your eldest is 20. I was like,
yeah.
Wait.
It shocked everyone.
Yeah.
Well, with yes. MogaLand, I'd say it looks a bit like BBC Bite Size, and I just remember the experience that you have with that is you're learning, but you're enjoying the learning so much that you don't even care that you're learning. You just want to play the game, and that's the sort of vibe that I'm getting from MogaLand as well.
Yeah, and we got one of our, I would say my inspiration was actually Animal Crossing as well. I don't know if you guys or your family members played that game. Yeah, I'm just like the whole game is just about banking, right? So you have to deal with the central bank. You have to pay attention to the rates and like pay back mortgage, and then you're trading stocks. It's fascinating, right? But the whole experience is like in such a cute environment, right? Like they create such a nice social aspect to that as well, and people don't feel like they're doing something stressful. Right. So Fanshu, you mentioned earlier when people think about finance, it's like, oh man, you just immediately feel super stressed and you want to avoid that topic. But hey, people do it for fun in Animal Crossing. So it is possible, right? So let's try to let's try to make it fun, and also let's make it rewarding, right? It shouldn't just be kind of like a haha, but it's something that you can, feel good about by investing time into that.
No, 100%.
100%.
I think MogaLand for yourself as well needs to have a lesson on how to evade the Fortnite storm for yourself.
I know I have like a totally unfair advantage over you guys now because you have to play and talk. And I'm just here watching you. Yeah. That's awesome.
Oh yeah. On me. Cinetech, Lena. Everybody, just help. But you guys can carry on talking. We're going to do our best to. Yes, got
there we go.
Come on.
So who's the best out of Lena and Max?
I would say we're close.
I mean, we just started today, basically. So yeah, I don't know.
Oh, okay. So all of you are new to Fortnite
at some point.
No, actually, all of us have not really played Fortnite. I've spent a lot of time watching kids of my friends play, and they always have to teach me, right? So they're playing and explaining to me what's happening, and then they always give up because I'm like too slow. I can't even follow just sitting beside them. But yeah, this morning we were like, hey, we're gonna do this. So we've had some practice.
Yeah, that's exactly how it was for me when I first started. I've watched my kids play this so many times, and I just thought to myself, they'd always ask if I wanted to play, and obviously I would do on occasion, but I just thought to myself, I'm not playing this cartoonized version of, it almost, I had it subpar to Call of Duty and Battlefield and these games that are a little bit more, at the time, well established. So now I understand why they play it, and I understand the community, and I understand all of the with the creative mode, how much you can actually do inside of it. It's like mini games inside of a big metaverse. This for me and Minecraft and Roblox are the first iterations from a Web 2 perspective of really successful metaverse plays. And I think it's got so much potential. It's like, I'm a big fan of like Call of Duty Zombies, and you can do that in this. There are modes for it. There are hundreds of different modes. But I just thought to myself, okay, well, why haven't they introduced NFTs? Why haven't they got a lot more technology that's out there and implemented it? But I have to say, fair play to Epic Games. I mean, they've got, what, 70 plus Web3 titles now? They're one of the more forward-thinking companies. But I actually enjoy it. It's good fun to play. And there's so many different things that you can do with that. So that's what it was for me. But it's surprising how many people over the age of 16 have never played it before. And I would say there's maybe 1 or 2 people out of everyone that's done a live stream with us that wasn't like, I've never even played it before. Everybody was the same. But once they played it, they said, oh, actually, I had a good time. It's quite good, you know?
Yeah, I think the social aspect is great. And, you know, actually, just as you said, like earlier, you said, you know, financial education is also super important for kids. And you see in these games, actually, right, that the players are naturally thinking about what assets are important, what's valuable, right? Like, that's why I was like observing my friends' kids play, because they're making so many decisions simultaneously, right? So they're running around, they're making trade-offs and decisions. Am I going to run there to collect something valuable, or am I going to deal with the current situation right now, but then I'm foregoing the possibility to have this immediate earning, right? There's actually really great environment for like training about these type of logic. And then with a little bit of explanation, it's very easy to tell people like, hey, look, what you did here, because you're trying to maximize maybe your future potential of earning, therefore you have foregone some immediate winnings. And it's the same in life, right? You got to make those trade-offs and decisions.
I completely agree with you.
It's so much more fun.
No, definitely. I think that's one of the major things for me. It's sort of like, okay, who can take this information that, look, you know, whether it's school, college, university, self-learning, books, whatever you want to say. Unfortunately, the vast majority of people find it boring. Who can gamify it? Who can make it fun and exciting? And that's what excites me about what MogaLand is doing, because I think you're doing a fantastic job of that.
And yeah, I mean, we are, first of all, thank you so much. And we obviously are super in love with our concept. And I think, you know, the rest of the team, I know they're focusing on gaming now, but they can agree, like, we're all super excited on where this can even go further, right? So what you see now, it's alpha, right? So I think, you know, what probably is different comparing us to some of the other projects is like, we really try to include like as many different core mechanic as possible. It's not so much on like having a, you know, kind of big visual experience, but it's really to figure out the tokenomics, the actual economic engagement, and these core mechanics, so that we can start testing out, you know, if these things work, right? Because especially in mobile games, you got to find the hook, right? What is that
100%.
cycle that people enjoy? Because obviously on your mobile device, it's not about, you know, roaming around and exploring the amazing game art. So our focus has been so much on that. But now that we've got this learning and got the feedback and got the community interacting with us, we have so much space now that we can build on top of. So we just see huge potentials of like even more exciting stuff coming this year. And and we just, like, honestly, I'm
that's
just
brilliant.
Like, my every time I talk about it, my brain is like racing, right? Because I'm like, oh my God, I can totally see what's coming, but you guys can't see it yet. And I'm so excited. I hope but we're going to do lots of marketing and communication on that as well. So again, anyone who joins us early now to be on a part of this journey, we really welcome you. We really welcome all your feedback and input. And for sure, you're going to have loads of opportunities for exclusive access to rewards and airdrops, and you would get to be on this journey and evolution with us.
That's brilliant. My shooting was not on
Tracy,
point.
I've got another question for yourself. How do you feel like the whole Web3 side has been for you, like launching a business in the Web3 space, and how has that been, that transition from just general world to Web3 for yourself?
Yeah, I think I must say it's been a bit bittersweet journey because on the one hand, I study economics, right? So I've got this like really nerdy background with economics and finance. I worked in all kinds of different areas of traditional banking, especially a lot in like securities trading. So I I love Web3, right? Because I see like it just blows my mind, right? The using technology to enable these potentials, right? To open up the economy and open up finance. I just think it's such a beautiful thing. And of course, there are a lot of user experience challenges that has to be overcome. But once you get over that step, and I'm sure a lot of people are working on improving that, once you get over that, it just creates so many more opportunities for a broader audience, right, around the world. So I love that aspect of it. However, what is, I think, the slightly disappointing part on like being a part of the Web3 industry so far is that there are also so many, like, let's say, opportunistic speculators in the space, right?
Yeah.
So so our challenge is always like trying to make sure we, you know, use the right practices and the right design in order to differentiate ourselves from let's say businesses that have a different end goal to us, right? Our end goal is to build like a great impactful product and a community and a business that can sustain over time, right? That can evolve and keep delivering value to the community. But obviously there are businesses that have a very, very different vision or of their life cycle, right? So we and sometimes that hurt us a little bit, right? Because you know, people will be like, yeah, are you, you know, what are you here to do? You know, everyone sounds like they have, you know, they talk great, but what are you actually doing? So yeah, it's been interesting, right, to be at this sort of early stage development of the industry.
1,000,000%. 1,000,000%. I couldn't agree more. I think, like you just said, it's just very exciting to be in it this early when you know where it's going to go. And then the plus side is actually being developing something in the space as well. And with your, like you said, with your background, it sounds amazing because I take it that you must be the tutor behind the scenes of MogaLand.
Yeah, so I mean, like, we've got really a great team. So I mean, my team, like, we got people with like banking and finance experience and background. We've got people who bring like game design and game economy design monetization experiences, and then we've got people who's like, we've got an artist here playing the game with us. We got a developer, and they are also like, I would say, self-taught you know, Web3 converts because they see potential and then they studied it and they got into the space themselves. So we do all teach each other a lot. I think what we do share is this common belief that we're all in this space because we see the potential and we want to use it to make a difference, rather than we are just here because we are, let's say, investors, right, who wants to use this tool as a way to only gain financially. I think that's what is a little bit different about this team. Yeah, and I mean, I think, you know, you guys know this, right? Like, you're using this to tackle education, which we must admit, oftentimes is not the sexiest topic.
None. It's 100% true.
It is true. I think what you said there really struck a chord with me as well, which is about how you've got experts in certain fields, but you're still self-taught and you're teaching each other different things, because obviously how this industry moves so quickly, you have to not just be a developer, you need to understand so much more. And it's the same in any aspect. And it's surprising how much we're constantly learning all the time too. I mean, daily I'm reading up on things and learning about something else that's a new narrative or a new technology. So it's so important to make sure that you're up to date and that you communicate well with your team as well.
I think me and Funcho discussed this the other day, and I think it's a perfect time to say it as well. Is it's a space where you can't be complacent and you can't get comfortable. As soon as you get comfortable, you're left behind, basically. And we're talking about literally just a week, because now where it's at right now is, oh my god, there's a new thing out tomorrow, and I think being in the sense of being someone that's starting the project, etc., and running the project from your perspective, it's the fact that you've got to run the project and then you've also got to stay up to date with what's new. So it is very, very stressful, right?
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Like, don't even talk to me about stress. You know? Yeah. I mean,
Yeah,
but I think
once you used to have an afro before.
Oh, I
What?
did, yeah. My hairline was here. I had a
Oh,
full
no.
afro. No, I love it though. The thing is, I
Yeah.
wake up in the morning and I'm excited with
Yeah,
with the
exactly.
industry that I'm in, and that's the difference.
100%.
It's like I'm truly happy, no matter how many hours I'm putting into it. And yeah, you have your good days and your bad days, but I am so in love with what I do, and I feel that comes out, and that's how communities are also. You know, people buy into people more than they do a brand.
Yeah.
And that's so important. You can come up with the greatest idea on the planet, but if people don't buy into you, it's not going to work as well as you think. And you have to have a passion for these things. One thing I will say as well is we're working really well as a team right now.
Yeah, I was going to say
I'm
that.
really
You guys have got.
we're sticking
50
together. We're
Yeah.
waypoints are being put down.
Nice.
Like, this is good. This is a partnership, right?
I think this might be our first game win.
Yeah, hey, we're doing well. We're doing
Awesome.
extremely well.
Do you
And,
guys
you
want to go up the island?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Go
sure.
up the island.
Let's do it.
How do you, oh, I see how we
Oh.
get there.
Yeah, it's like a
If you
floating
guys-
island that you can go to.
If you
You
guys
guys
have
are gonna
discussed
fly
it
here?
already, apologize, but where did the name MogaLand come from?
Oh no,
no,
we
we
haven't
didn't.
discussed that.
Yeah.
So
Okay, here we go.
yeah, it's there is a story behind it. So we wanted to, you know, when we started conceptualizing the whole thing, we wanted to build a space where people can learn more about money and have more control and freedom about their money, right? So you know, the very first direction is, oh, we're gonna build a bunch of money games, but money games oftentimes lead people to think that it's, you know, gambling or betting, right? Especially, I also feel like, I don't know, like maybe it's my perception, but sometimes there's a lot of like taboo and, you know, sort of this avoidance of talking too much about money because somehow it's, yeah, not very classy. So we were thinking, we're playing around with words, and at some point we're like, yeah, what about if we just take like money games and take the first two letters of both and call it Moga? And it's just so catchy, right? Like everyone loved it. Like there's so many things you can kind of play with. We immediately start thinking about what kind of songs we can make up with Moga Moga. And then just, yeah,
Can you do one for us?
Yeah.
But how did you guys come up with your name? Like what?
Right, so
I know
this
Lambo
is
is the character, right?
Yeah, the character. Well, he's actually, if you go through the lore, his name's Apollo, and he's like he's an actor that plays Lambo, who's this superhero character, and then him and his friends like an explorer, kind of think Indiana Jones vibes. And he manages to persuade him to go with him to go and look for this treasure. And they go off to this jungle. And when they're in the jungle, they find this temple. They go inside of there. There's a vial, and there's like a fight that takes place, and the vial explodes over Apollo, which actually turns him into Lambo as a character. The world is Sheertopia. And Project Lambo for us, we wanted to tell that storyline of this character and how somebody that's not necessarily seen as a hero can kind of come through and make things. And I've just got myself stuck in the storm now because I'm talking about no. Oh my God, I'm down. Yeah.
Oh,
So
no.
it's my own fault. I was so into explaining how Lambo was a character that I've ended up killing myself. So it's going to be on you guys.
Guys, you have to get the win. Oh my God, someone else is
not
down
coming
as well.
back for me.
Oh no,
yeah.
somebody else is down, caught in the storm.
Yeah. It's all on Cinetech.
Yeah.
So I hope that you can come through.
All right, we should be able to see them now.
Yeah. Here we go.
Oh, we
Oh,
shit.
and now we are on.
Oh,
I'm
Cinesac.
going with
no.
the Dolphin spreads.
Max, you
all
have
right.
to
No,
carry
no
the
pressure,
weight.
but we usually have a record of getting first game wins usually. So
Yeah.
all on you.
You've got this. You've got this. The whole MogaLand community is behind you, and the Project Lambo community. Let's go.
Yeah.
Do you know what? Good player.
Yeah, honestly.
Very good.
Oh my
player.
Yeah.
gosh, it's only 3 people left against you. You could actually
Oh,
get this
come
win.
on, let's go. You've got this. Ooh.
I
Oh, careful,
think
careful. You want to
I
get
think if this
behind
is-
that reboot van
Yeah.
and then heal up. And then hopefully you can kind of jump out and get them.
I
Yeah,
think if
he's
this is
coming,
a
they're
win-
coming, they're coming. On your left.
No. There's so many.
See, this is exciting now.
Yeah,
Oh, that's great shooting.
that is
Love
amazing.
this.
It's two more left. That is amazing.
Wow.
Okay,
Yes!
Poncho,
Come
you have to
on!
sing the
No.
Moga Moga song, Poncho.
I don't know the Moga Moga song, but I'll come up with one. I'll come
You
up
have
with
to you
one
have
and
to
make
come
sure
up
I
with
do it.
something and preferably a dance too.
Yeah. Oh, if you see Poncho dance,
Do you know what? I can dance, I must
yeah,
say. But
Poncho's dancing
I'm,
is another level.
Maybe in one of our community collaborations in the future, we should have the community come up with like a competition between like Lambo and Moga songs and do TikTok dances.
that would be
and-
cool.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm
That
down.
would be super fun.
I'm completely down for it. I would love to do that. So we want to return to lobby here, guys, and then we'll go into one that's 0 build. But how many kills did you get, Cinesac?
I don't know. There's no. I didn't see like a end result screen. I left it earlier.
Okay, so I'm trying to remember
Um,
where you go into to look at it. It's
Yeah, when we're watching back on the recording, we'll be able to tell. But I think you guys
yeah,
got
of course.
a good amount
That-
of kills. Yeah.
Yeah, that was good play.
Yeah.
So let me just jump into. Have we still got 0 builds, or have they taken it off?
The 0 build is there, the yellow one.
Yeah.
On
The
the
Oh, yeah.
right.
on the right.
Blind. There we go. Okay, and then just ready up. Try and get another win. But you guys played extremely well, and Cinesac. I mean, what's your background in gaming here? Because it's clear for me that you are a first person
It's
shooter
unfair.
without
that's
question.
for sure,
Developer.
absolutely.
There
He's
is
a game,
no
he's a
doubt.
game developer.
Yeah, there you go. It's like I could just tell. You could tell from the zoom
It
in
all
and the
makes
little
sense now, yeah.
leans. Quality. Fair
The
play,
question
good
is, are
player.
you playing on PC or a console?
I'm playing on PC.
PC,
Yeah,
okay.
there you go. PC gamer, game developer. Wouldn't have expected any different, but yeah, you did really well. Okay, got one more to go. So, Iqbal, any other burning questions you can think of?
Will there be an online aspect to MogaLand?
At the first stage, it's going to be mobile centric.
Right.
Because if you look at, I would say apart from Web3, if you look at the overall kind of gaming industry, web gaming is decreasing in popularity year on year. So we want to be able to reach people easier with mobile, right? And also you can see from our games, like they're all small sessions, so you wouldn't need to like sit in front of the device for too long, so people can
For sure.
tap into it on the go when you're on the tube, or even standing in a queue waiting to pick up your kids or something. So that's the starting point, right? But honestly, if the community grows enough and we have, let's say, the right setup and the demand for it, there is really no reason why we wouldn't go to other interfaces, right?
For
So
sure.
we can-
'Cause
Makes sense.
have you are you familiar with things like Kahoot, like the online quizzes, etc.?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
we-
if there's any implementation of that where there's challenges on how much you've actually learned from going through it, and then you can challenge other individuals online potentially or anything like that.
Yeah, so we looked at a lot at these gamification tools and tried to learn from them. We also looked at a lot of like trading simulation tools that have tournaments and like a community around that. So yeah, there's definitely a lot of inspirations, and
I
to be
apologize.
honest,
It's very hard to keep a straight face as you're talking. I'm just watching Funcho axe away at a guy. But so,
the pumpkin head.
It was a pumpkin.
yeah.
Yeah. So
But
yeah,
yes,
I mean, I think there's just like so many ways we can do that, and then actually we're often thinking about like, okay, so there's already Kahoot and all these tools, so obviously we don't want to like duplicate what they do, but
Sure.
how can we do things that are even more interactive, right? So looking at other social media platforms, right? Thinking about like some kind of integration, for example, with Snapchat or even TikTok. I think those would be like super fun. Just adding again more to bring like community and interaction, and entertainment. Combining that with entertainment and making it fun. So this is usually kind of how we think about it.
Amazing. I like that. So I like the fact that you're always looking to basically improve on what's already out there.
Oh yeah, absolutely. So and this is definitely something like all the audience here as well as the existing user can expect is, what you see now in the alpha version of MogaLand, this is really the alpha, right? So we proved this first step. We want to keep delivering, and that's also really important for us. Is like, it's not just concept, right? It's really concretely delivering into the hands of the users what we're talking about. And then we're going to keep leveling it up and improving it and making it better.
Amazing.
Love
Love
it.
that. I really like
Definitely.
that. So, and in terms of, for example, just general updates, etc., then how often would the community expect updates? For example, like you said, the community can ask questions and raise, oh, I'd offer this. How quickly do you guys expect to do those sort of updates?
So we are basically, let's say, in contact and like actively corresponding with people in the community all the time. You would see, actually, anyone who's been a user of the game right now, they would see that we've been like deploying new versions every couple of weeks. So whenever there is, an input about, something not working as smoothly as it should be, or some ideas or suggestion, we try to take action on that as soon as possible. And then there's actually aspect of the game, like take an example. Last year when we were rolling out the community clash and a lot of partnerships, we were introducing new quiz game category week on week, right? So there's there are like new content coming. There's like new things to play. We're taking a little bit break over Christmas and New Year's, not because we don't want to add new things, but we're getting feedback from the community, right? We want to know, like, is this format and this way we are delivering something that's value adding to them. So we've sent out surveys in the last days, and we'll just take from that learning and see where we go.
I think what you just said there is so important as well for anyone that's tuned in. It's the fact that we're acting upon what communities are actually saying. We're giving back to the community, because ultimately without the community, we don't exist. And it's so important. And it's something that I feel is lacking massively on the Web2 side. The amount of money that a lot of these gaming studios make, and there's so many people that have complained about certain things. I remember so many things that used to drive me insane, and all my friends online and local would drive them insane, but they never did anything about it, no matter how many times you say anything. And I think one thing I love about Web3 communities is that their voice actually does matter. And that's a massive, massive thing for me.
Yeah, I think that's you hit a chord there. It's a difference in like the whole Web3 economy, right? Driving this community. So it really comes hand in hand. If we look at traditional gaming business models and how they drive the economy, there's absolutely reasons why they do or do not take some user feedback, right? At the end of the day, it's about their shareholders and profit making. But if you look at a tokenomics, the way that it's designed, the way it drives value, it's much more grassroots, right? So it's really
100%.
about everyone who's a part of that. Of course, this is also, I would say, idealistic thinking. This is the ideology behind it. So we still need to like educate and grow that so that people understand actually what role they play in this tokenomics, right? But that changes, the way that the team behaves. That changes how we make decisions. And as you said, that's actually, I would say, another benefit, maybe like a qualitative benefit people don't see immediately. But I think this differentiates Web3 gaming, especially these, I would say, more self-initiated projects compared to the big publisher projects.
Yeah, definitely. And I think it's the type of community that ends up being built as a result of actually doing these things. Is you do have a diehard cult-like community. And guys, we've got to watch out for the storm.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
That took two of us out last time. On switched onto it this time.
Yeah. Storm is a good one.
Yeah, it catches you out because you get engrossed in the game, and then suddenly you're like, I'm in the storm. So I did spot that.
I know you spoke about it a bit earlier, Tracy, about the potential token that's going to be released for MogaLand. Could you just go over it again, just briefly? Like, what is the benefit of, for example, the community holding the MogaLand token, and just briefly just going over the main sides of that token?
Yeah, so the ultimate goal of the tokenomics is actually to increase the creation of financial literacy. And we have designed an economy that actually drives the token value together with incentivizing financial literacy. So the more, let's say, financial knowledge and skills that the MogaLand community is creating, the higher the value of Moga token is being driven to. And how are we doing that is actually through two core mechanisms. One is that there is an allocation of the token that is allocated to financial literacy reward. So as a community, if our joint achievements gets higher and higher, then there will be more and more token unlocked as reward that is then made available to the community. So this mechanism actually rewards community building as well, right? Because the more people you invite to join MogaLand, to co-create, to share knowledge, right? The more knowledge there is being generated, right? And then this effort is unlocking tokens. So one, you're making benefits available to yourselves. We're going to then also take other actions to recontribute fiat revenue income, as well as a burning mechanism. And both of these going into the tokenomics will then decrease the circulating supply of the token, hence pushing up the token value, right? So by studying and making yourself smarter financially, you are also creating rewarding opportunities and pushing up the value of that reward for yourself, right? So this is the core loop. There's, of course, a lot of other monetary design at play to increase utility of the token. So in like a day-to-day basis, the token will be a form of currency for purchasing NFTs, for trading NFTs in the future within the game. And there'll be benefits if you use Moga token to trade NFTs in comparison to other cryptocurrencies, obviously. And we will also be utilizing the token in forms of partnerships. So we'll be encouraging financial learning content creators to partner with us. And it's a way for them to advertise and to showcase their brand. But on the other hand, if they create really good content, users can actually tip these financial creators, right, for their content creation. So it creates like another, more like a marketplace economy. And all of this obviously is, I mean, you guys know this very well. By creating more use case and more circulation for the token, it increases obviously the demand. And then to reward holding of the token as well, we will be introducing different mechanisms for staking. right?
Right.
So all this, but for us, like staking is not, we don't want it to execute that as like a pure sort of technical financial thing on the side of the game, but we'll actually be integrating that with the game itself, because the whole game is about learning finance, right?
Yeah,
So,
that's the smartest way.
Yeah, exactly.
That's clever.
Yeah.
Definitely.
So,
So
yeah,
you've got a lot coming. You've got a lot
we
that's
got,
going on.
yes. Yeah, we've got a really, I think we got a really, really great concept with really solid designs and a lot of things coming. And
But the
that's why,
the main thing that I really like is you guys have got a direction. Like, you know, you
Yeah.
haven't just thrown all in. We're just we're an education in this, and it's like, okay, what can we expect? But the way you've explained it is this is the direction you're heading. So I find that really, really nice.
yeah, we are, yeah, I mean, I would say, you know, we're pretty serious people, right? And we want to do something tangible, you know? It's not just like,
Yeah.
oh, let's build a Web3 game because, you know, everyone can earn from NFTs and tokens, but, you know, what happens if the market is down, right? No answers to that, right? We really want to, you know, capture all the, let's say, features and benefits, like what it can enable, and turn it into experience, right? Turn it into things that can generate both financial as well as qualitative value.
Sure, completely. And in terms of just the general world, then for yourself, Tracy, like, what sort of games do you enjoy playing?
Oh, I'm definitely a mobile gaming addict, so that's why.
What's your favorite?
Clash of Clans. I'm like an all-time
Clash of Clans.
Yeah.
It's a very, very popular one, isn't it?
Yeah. When I'm like, sometimes when I'm too busy or when I have to focus, I really have to remove the app physically from my phone. Otherwise, it's taking up too much time. But yeah, I really like it. I mean, yeah, every once in a while I do. I also I binge on like match 3 games, but that's more for, you know, just kind of like having something to do on the side. I'm like a multitasking gamer as well. So often when I'm like watching TV, I'm playing match 3. But yeah, Clash of Clans is, I just think it's so genius.
It is, to be fair. It's I think mobile's come such a long way, and obviously, you know, even the people that are massive fans of console, there's so much that can be done now. But from a casual gaming perspective, it's just insane the amount of different options there are. And I've actually been really impressed with the Telegram aspect as well. That's something that we're sort of looking into as well, because I think what Telegram have managed to do is looking pretty good as well.
Yeah.
Have you played around much with that?
No, what do you mean Telegram? I'm like,
within Telegram.
So within Telegram, you've now got the Telegram Play Center, I believe it's called, and you need to take a look at it. They've got loads of mini games, applications, utility apps, everything, and it is, I'm telling you, it's already popular, but it's going to be very popular over the next year and a half, let's say, of what the marketplace is looking like. So it's an area of interest. If you are someone that's building on mobile, I would definitely suggest taking a look into it. And it's the speed of development for these smaller type games that you could launch. So you could be like Apple, iOS, and in Telegram. And with Telegram, with Toncoin and kind of where things are going there, I just think it's an area you should definitely have your eyes on, just to explore as a dev.
Yeah. Oh, that's really cool. And actually, I think that's like a side of the mobile space where I think in the Western communities, it's like slightly falling behind compared to Asia, because, you know, they have like Line and WeChat, and those are full on ecosystems, right? There's shopping, there is like, it's not just Messenger, right? There's groups, there's shopping, there's even like businesses being built, like people create a whole business ecosystem just using WeChat and Line, and I think they do gaming as well, like social gaming.
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah, they've got so much in terms of choice, but I think, as you know, you're in this industry.
No.
When
Stay still.
oh, what me?
Reviving. No.
Oh, okay, sorry. Oh, I'm in the storm again. Oh God, yeah. What I was going to say is, I think that with this ecosystem, yeah, I'm definitely going to be down. Yeah, with this ecosystem as a whole, if we look at crypto, blockchain, etc., there are so many areas that have popped up, you know, like with DeFi and DeSo and God knows how many other things. That it's just crazy. It's hard to keep up with. But from a mobile perspective now, we're starting to see the same. It's so aggressive. And like you said, with WeChat, it's crazy how much there is.
Yeah.
And, oh, whoa. Okay.
Yeah, go on.
Yeah, it's definite. Just all I'm saying is you should look into the Telegram ecosystem, because
Yeah.
I was shocked. But it's like you run a couple of bots and then you're in a completely new world. I was like, oh my God, where have all of these games come from? It's just crazy. Oh wow, there are so many people here. This is not good.
How are you guys doing? Oh, I see Max is still leading.
I'm just gonna
I think
hide
it's looking
here for a second.
it's looking like it's going to be another win, to be honest.
Yeah,
I think we got a solid team here.
Very good. I'm so
Okay,
proud
you're
of you guys.
next.
I think we're having issues getting up the mountain.
Come on, reload.
I don't think anyone is
reload.
working in our side right now.
shit.
Everyone is watching the stream. Because in the internal
screaming
chat,
at the
this is what
TV,
we're
you know.
talking about, and it's like, okay, none of you is working. That's great.
Yes,
Friday.
come on. There's another one here.
I think everyone is going to
Where are
be cheering for
there.
Cinetech and Vier next. That's going to be the highlight of this week.
Yeah.
I think there's a high probability they've made like top 4 of the leaderboards, which means we'll be inviting you back on to fight it out against the other Game 5 founders and team to see if you can become the reigning supreme.
But
Oh my
somebody's
God,
getting caught in the storm again.
Oh,
Yeah, Cinetech's getting caught. We can't have Cinetech losing. Oh no, Vier is knocked out in the storm.
Get in there. Right. Get out the storm. Get out the storm. Whew. This is intense.
Okay.
Sorry,
you
guys. We've gone from Web3 conversation to just like, oh my God.
Yeah.
It's 3 people left. It's 3 people left, guys. So
3 people left. Okay.
Oh,
and
you're
there's
gonna
from
get
this
them.
side. There's one down here. There's one down here. Yeah, there's one. There's another one.
There's 2 left. There's 1 left.
Right. 1 left. It's 2v1. If we lose this, then
Cinetech's out here sniping people. They're on another level.
I don't know where they are.
Well, we're in the circle, so they have to be kind of.
Oh, they're there near the house. On
Where?
that house there. Yeah, they're there.
Whereabouts? Left-hand side of the house, right-hand side of the house?
Right hand side. Yeah, I can see them there. They were next there where you were aiming at. If you go down there, they were just there.
Yeah, I just want to make sure that I don't take full damage at all. I've got no heals and no shield, and I want to make sure that we get. I just saw.
I just love the fact that you're running around with 3 extra guns with 0 ammo on all of them.
I know.
Sounds really smart.
Oh, here we go. Some bandages. Will it allow me to use these? Yes. This is good. This is good. Okay, so we know that they are by that house. Please feel free to talk about Web3 at any time.
Yeah, basically, if you get 2 wins in a row, it's a guaranteed success for the year for MogaLand.
Yeah.
Definitely.
So I mean, first of all, it's like, the startup, like overall, right? Being a startup, it's not just about like. So on the one hand, you have to like balance your speed, right? You have to get out there quick to prove yourself because it's risky and people are doubting, so you need like this quick feedback. But on the other hand, you also have to balance like, you know, kind of looking at the overall market climate and the environment, and kind of balance your invest and your effort, right?
Yeah.
Congrats, guys. Yay. So yeah, like last
Yes.
year, we had to make a lot of tough decisions, like what we do in this market climate. Is it right to launch and introduce all this stuff, or is it better to like focus on building? And we opt for building because we didn't want to like waste a lot of energy speaking to like a down market. But we think this year, with all the different, you know, already, right, with the SEC approval of first Bitcoin ETF application, and then with Bitcoin splitting, like there's so many things happening that is going to hopefully bring more and more people and businesses and attention to this space. And we really want to use this opportunity, to behave differently and hopefully bring us to the next level. So
love it, absolutely love it. I'm so happy. 2 wins on the trot as well. And
is that rare?
Well, it's not easy to get back-to-back wins. So for us to have done that is quite impressive. So Max, Lena, I'm definitely keeping you guys. We will play again, even if it's off screen, because you're
let's
good
do
players.
that.
Great teamwork. We smashed it. But no, I had a lot of fun, and really appreciate you coming on. Mogaverse, guys, make sure you are keeping your eyes on them. Best place for people to come and interact with the community, Tracy, where would that be?
That's definitely our Discord. So yeah, we're there. There are different channels about different topics. It's pretty active in the last couple of months, actually. So definitely come to Discord.
Brilliant.
Feel free to ask us questions. Check out events. That's where we make all the events announcement as well. So yeah,
awesome.
come hang out.
Perfect. Well, I think on that note, it's been a fantastic stream. I've had a lot of fun. I'm really bullish for you guys for this year. I think that you're going to do extremely well. I'm very, very excited to work with you guys and see what we can build out with our partnership as well. Lena, Max, great to meet you. Great gamers. We will play more offline. Don't worry. And yeah, just guys, make sure you check out MogaLand. Okay, it's so much more than a game, and it's doing something that's really, truly helping people with financial literacy. So yeah, I think on that note, we will close the stream out. Obviously, anyone that's got any questions, please don't hesitate to add them to the comments, and we will do our best to get back to you and answer all of those. And go and join their Discord, get to know the community, and learn more about this fantastic project that's being built. So thank you, Tracy. It's a pleasure for bringing you.
Thanks, guys. Thanks, Juancho. Thanks, Iqbal. And yeah,
you're
thanks
very welcome.
Who dialed in. Happy Friday.
Exactly. Happy Friday. Enjoy your weekend, and we will catch up with you guys in the next stream, which will be in a fortnight. No pun intended. Catch you guys soon. Bye-bye.
Take care.